Hi, this is Connections with Harvest Nights, bringing you a 3-pile reading. Pick a pile. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to smudge my oracle decks, okay, to purify them and take out any negative energy. If there's any negative energy, that's what we want to do. Then I'm going to take out my Palo Santo incense and just go around the area, around my crystals, around my cards, and it smells nice, Palo Santo. We just want to give it that little specialness. And it smells beautiful too. So we're all smudged. So what I want to do first is I want to say that I'm happy you're on my channel. You stopped and you want to check my channel out, and if you could leave a like, that would be fantastic. If you want to leave a comment, that's good too. So tarot is all about spiritual poker, and you know I'm going to say it, nothing's set in stone. So I have 3 different tarot decks here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by taking the Gateway Oracle card and putting 1 Oracle card on each tarot deck. So now you can see them. This is deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. We also have crystals in front of the oracles, the tarot decks also. I'll put this crystal right here. Okay, this is a pentagram, as you know. Okay, let's knock 3 times. Hello. Wake up my beautiful spirit guides, guardian angels, and animal spirit guides. And I'm asking for a card, for an oracle card for pile number 1. There you go. 2 cards turned out. I will save this card for later for pile number 1. That's for sure. I will be saving that card for later for pile number 1. I'll just put it under the rock because it flipped out, so it was meant to be. And if you've seen any of my channels, you will know that I don't mess around with the spirit guides. They want it to be heard, and they're going to be. Okay, so pile number 2. Can I have a Gateway Oracle card for pile number 2? We got it. Okay. Now I will put the crystal on this card. I just don't want to lose this tarot card. So I put the crystal on pile number 1. That's pile number 2. Pile number 3. Could I have a Gateway Oracle card, spirit guides, for pile number 3, which fell to the floor? Okay. This is for pile number 3. So now you have your 3 piles. I'm obviously not going to read you all those cards. We will be picking out tarot cards. So, pile number 1 with the amethyst, pile number with the amethyst, pile number 2 with the mookite. This is all about connecting with your spirit guides. The amethyst is also good for anxiety, and if you're feeling anxious, it's a good stone to keep beside your bed so you don't have nightmares. Okay, so pile number 2 is the mookite, and that's all about new beginnings and new adventures. Pile number 3 is the agate, and the agate, most of the gates are for grounding and keeping yourself grounded to all situations that come into your life, to help you ground yourself and feel at ease. Okay, so pile number 1, amethyst, pile number 2, mookite, and pile number 3, the agate. So I'll do pile number 1 first. We'll put the other 2 piles to the side. Pile number 2, pile number 3, and I will not mix them up. I will drop the crystal, but I will not mix it up. Okay, so pile number 1, let's get going. You did have a card that flew out, pile number 1, but I'll show you that as soon as possible. Okay, pile number 1, put your amethyst right here beside the owl. You have revealing radiance. My light illuminates the world. So when you're in your peak form, pile number 1, you are radiant. It shows in your eyes, your face, your the way you stand, the way you walk. And that is actually a very good place to be. But it takes effort to stay there because someone's always trying to drag us down, right, pile number 1? But we are strong. Okay? Revealing your radiance. That's what you want to do. You want to reveal it. You don't want to hide it and stay hidden because you're a beautiful person, pile number 1. You need to show it. Okay, so this card popped out. So, quite frankly, I'm going to show it to you right away. The 2 of Swords. The swords are all about clarity, and 2s are basically about decisions. So there's some kind of decision or some kind of decision you're keeping to yourself, okay? And you're not letting perhaps another person in on it. You want to keep it to yourself because you're not quite clear within yourself about what decision to take. So when you're ready, pile number 1, to take off the blindfold, you'll be able to reveal it to other people. But in the meantime, you seem to be keeping it to yourself. That's okay. That's fine. You're keeping your radiance to yourself, pile number 1. Now let's see what tarot cards you have about revealing your radiance, or maybe it's something else altogether. The spirit guides tell you what you want to tell you, what you need to hear, actually, and if it resonates with you, it's fantastic. And sometimes things only resonate like a couple of weeks after, days or even months, and you say, oh my God, I saw that reading and that's what it said, and really that's what's going on. And that's really fantastic when they can really hone into what you're thinking. Okay, that's one card that flipped for you, pile number 1. And I will take another card. Let's take 2 more cards for pile number 1. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, soul family. Okay, they flipped out. There you go. There you go. There's your cards. Okay, so for pile number 1, we've already discussed the 2 of Swords. Okay. You have the 4 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands is about a celebration. Okay, perhaps there's something you're celebrating. You're keeping it to yourself. You're waiting to reveal this celebration that's coming your way. Perhaps it's a marriage. Maybe you're going to a marriage. Perhaps you're moving. You could be moving. This is a card of moving too. It's a card of a celebration, a new move. It's a very good, a positive card, a stable card. 4 is a good number. Let's go to the next card. Okay, you have another 4. You have a 4 of Swords. Now the 4 of Swords is about resting. Perhaps this move, this move or the celebration, you need to rest and gather your energy. And you really want to be clear about this situation, what you want to do. As you can see, the sword is down here. You have some others hanging. So something you've put away in the past, you've buried the hatchet, you've let go of those thoughts, those situations. Now you want to sleep on this last thought. You want to sleep on it, you want to regain your energy. So step away from the limelight, go into yourself and find the answers, because you're not going to find the answers on the outside, pile number 1. You have the Hierophant. There could be a marriage going on or a proposal. Valentine's is coming. That's for sure. Now, pile number 1. The Hierophant is about spirituality. It's about commitments. Okay, long-term commitments. Perhaps you want to do something that's traditional. Perhaps you're trying to escape the traditional way of being. Whichever way it is, you are seeking some kind of spirituality in your life, a spiritual leader. Perhaps the Hierophant is like a priest. He's religious, but he's also spiritual. And these are persons that we go to ask help from, and we seek wisdom. So perhaps you're looking for some kind of spiritual wisdom. Perhaps you want to make some long-term commitments. That's what the Hierophant represents. Yeah, you know, pile number 1, you have the Hermit. And the Hermit is all about isolating yourself, going in yourself, finding inner wisdom, finding your light to what you want to do. So there's a lot of spirituality, a lot of stepping back. So there are thoughts, there is something that needs to be revealed, okay, in this celebration. But you're thinking a lot about this situation to come. And it's all around this, perhaps you're moving. Perhaps there's a marriage. But you really need to think about what you want for yourself, pile number 1. Because you're a beautiful person, and you want to reveal your radiance. You want the world to see the beauty in you and around you. Okay, so let's take a Moonology card. Pile number 1, can we have a Moonology card? I'll knock on that. Those cards. Pile number 1, a Moonology card, please. Pile number 1. Could I have a Moonology card, a spirit guides for pile number 1? Pile number 1, okay. They're big cards and I have little hands, but that's okay, we'll manage. Pile number 1, okay, I'm taking those 2 cards. Okay. You need to bring love into the situation regardless of whatever the situation is. Some unconditional love going towards yourself, and some love towards the situation. Okay, and perhaps you're worrying a lot about it. So nothing will come of this situation that you need to worry about. So you don't need to worry that there'll be a negative outcome, because you're going to be doing what you want to do and living by your standards. Spirit has spoken. That's for pile number 1. Now I'm going to put that all away. I don't want pile 2 to get the same cards as you. So here's pile number 2. Pile number 2, you do have the moon kite. And I will be putting on these, learning how to make timestamps, so you won't have to stop and start the video. So this is all about new beginnings and new adventures for pile number 2. So what do we have? Hearing messages from spirits. Okay, so pile number 2, perhaps you've been getting nudges and seeing signs and omens. I am a clear channel for messages from spirits. So perhaps you've been meditating and you're hearing those spirits. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say about that. But perhaps it'll give you some insight about these messages you've been receiving. Okay, so let's go pile number 2. Can I have some tarot cards for pile number 2, spirit guides? Guardian angels, can I have some tarot cards? Animal spirit guides, can I have some cards for pile number 2? Can I have 2 more cards? I'm going to stick with the number 5. We're not taking that many cards, so we'll just scoop those up. Pile number 2, let's have another card. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. I'm going to take this one. Okay, oh, you did end up with 6 cards. That's okay, that's fine. That's what it's meant to be, so that's what you have. Okay, so I'm going to flip all these cards over. I don't do reverse cards. Okay, pile number 2. You have the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is all about your happily ever after. The 10 of Cups is all having everything you want in your life, and you seem to have been working towards it, or maybe that is your resolve to to get your happily ever after. So you, according to the tarot cards, you will be receiving your happily ever after. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so you have the 8. You have the Strength card. Pile number 2. The strength card is all about that, having strength, believing in yourself, believing you have the strength and having enough strength for fulfilled to get your happily ever after. You do have the strength, and you have inner strength, a very calm inner strength about you, and most people like that about you. You have this calmness about you, that, you know, you don't have to be, you know, screaming and yelling. You know you're strong enough to speak your piece quietly. Okay? So believe in yourself, pile number 1. You do have the strength to get your happily ever after. And you have the wish card. Make a wish, pile number 1. The wish card is all about healing and balance and keeping your balance, like 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the earth, reality and spirituality, and finding that guided light, that star, wishing on a star. So this card is all about hope and healing and wishes coming true, pile number 1. Again, pile number 1, you have the Temperance card, and the Temperance card is also all about healing and balance. So perhaps there's a situation where there's healing needed in your life in order to get your happily ever after. And the balance, the Temperance card is about balance, healing, hope. It's about staying on your path and not picking sides. Like if there's some kind of situation where someone is asking you to pick their side, you're to stay on your own side. The spirit guides are saying stay on your path towards your light. Balance your, bring more balance into your life, pile number 1. You also have the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands, the wands are wands are about action, and you're looking out into the world like, what do I want to do? You're looking at which angle do I want to head? Which direction, should I say, do I want to head? The world is my oyster, you know. 2 is the number of choice. So right now you're starting to make choices in your mind. You're starting to make a decision. You need to make a decision of what kind of life you want to live, what kind of direction you want to go in. And 2 is also about balance. The last tarot card that you have, pile number 1, is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is all about listening to your intuition. There's some kind of information that you're looking for, okay? Perhaps to try and finding your happily ever after, and it's soon going to be resolved to you. It's going to be shown to you, some information, pile number 1, but you have to use your intuition. So there's new beginnings for you, pile number 1. There's your happily ever after. There's balance you need to bring into your life. There's decisions to be made. Good luck, pile number 1. I'll give you another oracle card, a Moonology. Let's see. Oh, pile number 1, your 2 cards. There you go. Okay. It's time, pile number 1, to release a negative energy. And nothing is set in stone. So you can change your mind whenever you want, pile number 1. You know, nothing is set in stone. You can make a decision. You could change your mind, go in a different direction. You could take a new course. You can live in a new area. You can move. You can stay where you are. It's all up to you, pile number 1. It's your life. Spirit has spoken for pile number... I'm sorry, that's pile number 2. Okay, for pile number 2, Spirit has spoken. Pile number 3, I thought the time was passing. I was looking at the time and I said, wait a minute, am I too long with pile number 1? But you can't really control the time when you're reading the tarot, right? You have to read what it says. You don't want to mess around with the spirit guides, or Okay, so here's an agate, and I did tell you it's a ground in stone, ground in crystal. Okay, and you have exceeding expectations. I score into excellence. So let's see what your tarot card has to say about you exceeding expectations. We're going to use the lights here. It's a pocket deck. So for pile number 3, can I have a tarot card, some tarot cards for pile number 3? Spirit guides, guardian angels, soul family. We're going to take this one. We are going to take that one. We will take these 2, and I'm going to ask for one more. One more card for pile number 3. Okay, yep, there you go. Pile number 3, your first card that flipped over is the 2 of Wands. Okay, so the 2 of Wands, pile number 3, is about looking out into the world and making a decision on which direction you want to make. 2s are all about decisions, and Wands are about actions. So you want to take, you're going to have to pick an action on which action you want to take to continue your path in life. It's like the world is your oyster. Okay, your next tarot card is the 5 of Swords. Perhaps there's some 5s are all about conflict. They're usually conflict, but working it into your reading, okay, perhaps you're walking away from some kind of conflict and making the decision to do so. You're walking away from this conflict in your life. You don't want to have this kind of conflict in your life. Perhaps you're walking away from some people. Perhaps some people are walking away from you for the better, you know? The 3rd card is the 3rd of Cups. You're going to be celebrating with some co-workers or some friends. It's coming your way. Perhaps you're walking away from old friendships and making new friendships, and there's going to be a celebration, pile number 3. You have the 9 of Swords, pile number 3. Now you have this card exceeding expectations, and I soar in excellence. Perhaps you are a perfectionist, okay, and you worry a lot about doing everything perfectly. Well, we're not in this life, pile number 3, to do everything perfectly, okay. We're here to do our best every day, but our best is not always going to be our best. Sometimes we can be sick, and that will be the best we can do, feeling sick. Sometimes we're going to do better than other days. Sometimes we will exceed expectations. Okay, so you've been worrying about a situation, pile number 3. Okay, but that's just it. It's worrying thoughts that will come to an end. And worrying takes a lot of your energy away. So let's see what the cards you have after that. You have the 2 of Swords. Okay, there's some kind of something you're keeping inside yourself that perhaps needs to be let out. You need to make a decision about a situation and talk to someone about it, pile number 3. Okay? You need to talk to someone about this situation and let it out. Okay? So once you let it out, it's going to be easier for you to make a decision on what you want to do right now in your life. Pile number 3. Let's take a Moonology card for pile number 3. Yes. Hello. Can I have 2 cards, spirit guides, for pile number 3? Pile number 3. Can I have a card for pile number 3? Pile number 3. Can I have a oracle card? I'm going to pick this one. Can I have another card? There's another card that flipped out, number 2. And let's see if we'll take a third card for pile number 3. Pile number 3. Let's take this one. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what else we have. These cards have to say about your reading. You are good enough, pile number 3. Okay, so don't worry about walking away from people or people walking away from you. You are good enough, and know that. Step out of your comfort zone, pile number 3. Okay? It's time to step out of your comfort zone. And the last card, you're very close to achieving a personal goal, pile number 3. You're very close to achieving it. Spirit has spoken. Thank you for stopping in on my channel. Come back again. Take care. Have a good day. Bye for now.